How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe down below. It helps out, means a ton. You guys get plenty of fun stuff. With that being said, we got to talk about the Hunters Guild Red Hood today. We absolutely have to. If you have not heard about this series, it seems to take a lot of inspiration from things like Little Red Riding Hood, but, well, let's put it this way. Little Red Riding Hood kind of grew up a little bit. Yeah. So, that part, obviously, A+. And moving past that, we also deal with things like werewolves, taking from the wolf from Little Red Riding Hood. It seems to have a setting of some Nordic culture-ish, kind of that area of things. Somebody's mentioned Valhalla in the last, in the most recent chapter. And it seems to be a very cold area. Yeah, that kind of setting. So, kind of interesting, kind of different, something you don't see all of the time. And on top of that, I think this series, throughout the first 5 chapters, has done an extremely good job in setting up the story to come, in setting up interest for it, setting a path for us to follow down, giving us questions that we want answered that probably won't be answered for a while. This has done a near perfect job, in my eyes, of getting the story started. And let's be honest, we kind of started it off with a few different bangs. So yeah, this series has been entirely too much fun for only having 5 chapters out. I don't know if this is a series that's going to be like everybody's thing, but if it seems even relatively interesting to you at all, I highly suggest you go check it out. One thing I also want to mention as a kind of glimmer, a ray of maybe not hope, because hope makes it seem like you're in a dire situation, but promise, I could say, for this series is looking at, this is I guess a spoiler, it's 5 chapters, it's whatever. I want to show you Velo starting at chapter 1, and then coming here at the end of chapter 5, I'll give you a second to get out if you don't want to see this. I mean, it's not huge spoilers, like I said, 5 chapters. Bam, here we go. This is Velo at the end of chapter 5. The amount of dirt and grime that it looks like is on him, the amount of detail shown just to show how dirty he is, I don't even think he has that original full coat on. I think he might have lost that, and he might be wearing a layer that was underneath that. This kid in 5 chapters has been through the ringer just trying to survive and get through this initial ordeal that started us along this event in the first place. That, to me, shows a lot of promise for the series. There's a lot of detail put into that. These first 5 chapters, canonically, like in the story, have been over the course of a very short amount of time. He has not slept, he has not rested, he has not changed his clothes, nothing like that. And if you ask me, if you look at him from chapter 1 and look at him at chapter 5, you can tell that 100%. You don't need to be told that he's just been going through the grinder. Now, to stop gushing about this simple little fact of, oh, he actually does look dirty. Now, moving on past that, I'm gushing about that way too much. Anyway, the werewolves that we are dealing with in this series are grotesque abominations of flesh, fur, blood, and bone that regenerate when you destroy them. These things are terrifying, they are scary looking, they are freaky, they are nasty, they are mean, they are tough. These are enemies that can absolutely make for a fun series, and trust me when I say this, I'm not trying to sound weird. Seeing them get blown apart on screen is entirely too satisfying. It just is. I'm sorry. We also have the Hunters Guild from, well, the title. This is a guild of, well, you guessed it, hunters that go out and hunt werewolves. They take contracts, but something that Velo, our main character, had to realize very early on in the series, they are not heroes. They do not fight villains. None of this is about good and evil. This is survival of the fittest and nothing else. This is a fight to survive. This is not about being better. This is being hunted as food and surviving against that and fighting back because you don't want to die. That's it. Plain and simple. And the Hunters Guild knows that. And that's what they do. They survive and fight back. Something I think is going to be incredibly too fun throughout this series is seeing the 616 hunter tools that we now know about, starting from chapter 1. Yes, there are 616 specialized tools that the Hunters Guild has created to help them hunt, kill, and prey upon these fantastical creatures that we are also starting to understand will probably not just be werewolves. It's also stated that dragons used to be a thing. Those were hunted by the Hunters Guild to extinction. Supposedly. I think some might be showing up. You never know. I'm just saying it would be cool. Werewolves are a thing. We have recently found out that witches are a thing. Remember that whole thing about Little Red Riding Hood growing up? Yeah, that's from a spell. We originally see her as a small girl, and then we end up seeing her as what we know as Grim. By Grim of a... no, I'm not even gonna say her full name for anybody who hasn't... Wait till you get the reveal of her name. I don't know. I thought that was awesome. So, going on. And now I'm gushing for people who've already read the series. Stop it. I think this story is just going to be fun in almost every aspect. And from what I can tell, it's going to be done rather well too. We've already seen our main character start to grow and start his arc within the first 5 chapters. We know what he wants to do. We know why he wants to do it. We agree with him on why he wants to do it. If you read the first 5 chapters and you're just not all in on Velo and Grimm's side to just go all at this, we're not on the same wavelength. And I don't know what to do about that. I don't know if there's anything we can do about that. But something you can do is make sure and hit that like and subscribe if you're still around. It helps out, means a ton. I hope you guys go check out the series. I hope you enjoy the series. I hope it does well. I think it probably will. It just seems like too much fun to me. It seems unique, different. I hope this attention to detail that I've brought up comes through and it's not just me overhyping a panel of a kid being dirty and crying. I'm just saying, I really hope so. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you later. I'm out.